Ready to learn more about using the Boomin Hearts Thinlits and stamps on your papercraft projects? Stay tuned for more tips. Hi, this is Sage Kimball and I'm the Mad Stamper with another technique video for card makers and paper crafters. If you haven't watched part 1 of the Boomin Hearts video, use the link provided to learn about cutting out the heart with various materials and sandwiches. Now we'll look at adhesives and then stamping and cutting the flowers. Adhering something like this to my handmade card is always challenging. So I experimented and I found that I can use Sizzix adhesive sheet with my cardstock. I peel the label off, then place it on the back side of my cardstock. Then I turn it over and put it on the base plate, add my top cutting pad, and run it through the Big Shot. Now, after 3 passes through the Big Shot, I see that it looks like some of these cutouts didn't get cut all the way through, so I'm going to put it back through the Big Shot a few times. Looks like that'll do it. So I use the die brush again. And when you are cutting vellum or designer series paper, you want to be a little gentler with this brush so you don't damage the thinner material. Now I can gently peel the backing away from the cutout. Then I can position it on my cardstock. And it really adheres quite well. The adhesive sheet I used is something that Stampin' Up! Used to carry, but Sizzix makes a new version in smaller sheets, which you can find online or in some craft stores. And I will give you a link to where you can purchase it on Amazon. So I tried the adhesive sheet with some vellum, and it worked really well. The other option for an adhesive is to use the fine tip glue pen, which works well with these intricate cuts. The downside to that is you need to be careful not to get too much glue on, and what I found is that I had to add glue under a small area and then hold it for a few seconds while the glue set. So it's a little more tedious. So if you can get some adhesive sheet, I think you'll be happier. In the Thinlits, you see these little flowers, and there are, of course, coordinating stamps in the stamp set. So I want to show you how those work. So each of the flower stamps has this little triangular tab coming off of one part of it. And when I stamp on the cardstock, I'm going to remember which direction that tab points. I like to point it at me because it's easiest to remember that way for me. Now I'm going to put the Thinlit on top of it. Now this is different than when we're working with framelits, where you can see the image and just fit the framelit around it. With the Thinlit, I can turn it around until I don't see any of the stamped lines. And then I'll tape it down with a little bit of painter's tape so it won't shift position. And I'll run it through the Big Shot. I only need to run it through one time. Then I can poke the flower out of the Thinlit and it's ready to put on my card. When I go to position it on one of these flowers, I turn it around until I find where the petals match, and then I will attach it with some glue dots. So that's it. That's all the tips I have for the Boomin Hearts Thinlits and stamp set. I hope they'll help you when you use these great coordinating products in your papercraft projects. Since Stampin' Up! Has combined them in a bundle, you'll save 15% when you purchase them together, which is always a great deal. Thanks for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, and share it with your friends. For more inspiration and instructions, be sure to sign up for my newsletter at www.stampingmadly.com. And don't miss another great video. Subscribe to the Mad Stamper YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button now.